Just the excitement this community has, the pride this community has for Indiana State, and particularly Indiana State basketball. Coming from the Northeast and being a hoop nut, working in a state of like Indiana who loves their basketball was not lost on me, and so there's a part, that was a big part of my reason for coming here. Is as they say, basketball is different here. Coach Schertz and I have had a relationship for the last 7 years, and when he called and we talked about the opportunity he had in Indiana State, and he tried to gauge my interest in this. Really, the tradition of the school, the reputation of the Missouri Valley, and just the league and school's commitment to excellence in basketball was what really drew me, along with the opportunity to work with Coach Schertz and the talented staff that he assembled. I have the utmost respect for Coach Schertz' basketball acumen and his ability to build a program, evidenced by his 13 years at Lincoln Memorial. And over the course of Coach Schertz and I's friendship over the last 7 years, I've really had a chance to observe his abilities as a coach and as a program builder. And when he offered me the opportunity to come to Terre Haute and be a part of it, I jumped at the opportunity. I jumped at that chance. I think so many coaches try to teach plays and and I think Coach Schertz is committed to teaching players how to play rather than teach plays, and he's really concerned in the holistic development of each of our student athletes. I think that's where we're going to separate ourselves as a program. I think a lot of times when programs talk about player development, they're referring to a certain drill, a certain skill drill, and I think Coach Schertz has separated himself over his time at Lincoln Memorial, and we're going to do so at Indiana State by taking a holistic approach to that player development. There's obviously a skill piece to it, but there's a decision-making piece. There's a lifting, strength and conditioning component to it. There's a nutrition component. There's an off-court skills component to it. And I think, frankly, that is how Coach Schertz has separated himself, by developing players and continuing to get them better within what I think is a very comprehensive offensive system that's full of counters and different reads, but it really centers around the ability not teaching guys certain formations, certain patterns, but really teaching them the why and teaching them the how of how we do things, and allowing them to read the game and be free to make those reads and play 5 guys as one on both sides of the basketball.
Zak was somebody I met years ago. I was actually up in training camp with the Celtics with Coach Stevens, and I was up there hanging out for 4 or 5 days, and Zak was by one of those days. We just happened to sit by each other, happenstance, and he is unbelievable. Zak's he's like the Rain Man of basketball. He is every stat, factoid, but what a unbelievable basketball mind he is. We joke, he has that the pickandpop.net and these different websites, and he does that stuff, and he's got a gazillion followers. He literally does that in his spare time. Like, that's what he does for fun, is watch and break down film. We're talking about a guy who's I think the best in anything are always obsessed with improvement, and Zak is certainly somebody that's borderline obsessed with improvement.
I think there's 3 levels to it. I think there's guys that like it, guys that love it, and guys that live it. And since probably 3rd grade, I've been on. My parents will attest, and basketball has been something I've lived every step of the way. And I give my dad credit for that. He exposed me to what I think is the greatest game in the world. I am a passionate person. I love this game. I love the game of basketball, and I really try to. I hope it's evidenced by how I coach. With just when I'm in the gym working with a guy, be it one-on-one or working with our full team of 15, there's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be. And I hope that shows in my coaching. I do try to slow myself down. I do get excitable, but I really try to coach the why of it all, because I think if you can get guys to understanding the why of what we're doing, and not just going from point A to point B to point C, and understanding the why of what we do, I think that allows guys to become better players. I think it allows guys to be better decision makers, because ultimately basketball is a game of decisions, and we're trying to get our guys to make the best decisions as quickly as possible through the scope of 5-man basketball.
1, 2, 3.